Hi, you're listening to Elevator. My name is Blanka Kamila and I am your elevator operator. Today I am taking you up a level, and when you step out, you are going to be the woman that you have always dreamt of becoming. Before we begin, let's define the terms girl and woman. Although legally and biologically, a girl is defined as a female under the age of 18, and a woman is defined as a female over the age of 18, we are going to define a girl as a less mature and less developed, I guess we can say, woman. Now, a girl is the starting point, okay? And then a woman is your rebranded identity. She's the sophisticated and confident and intelligent person that you strive to become. And today we are fast tracking that process. Okay, so a girl may be associated with youth or immaturity, or maybe taking things personally and searching for external validation at times, whereas a woman is much more secure in herself and emotionally mature. So if a girl is waiting for things to happen to her, and if she's reacting emotionally, a woman will make things happen for her, and she will take responsibility, and she will think through her responses because she's self-led. Okay, Blanka, why is this even important to do now? Why am I becoming a woman right now? I can do it later on. I can do it in a year. I can do it after I graduate uni, or as soon as I get my dream job, or I can do this when I get married, etc. No, we are doing this now, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because if not now, when? When are you actually going to do it? Because you're never going to feel ready. Keep pushing it back. Oh, I'm going to do this after I graduate high school. Oh, I'm going to do this when I start uni, after I graduate uni. Once I buy my own house, once I get married, once I have kids. Like, you're going to keep pushing this back. Sooner or later, life's going to force you into this, but why be forced? And why be forced when you can choose how this goes for you? This is literally your best opportunity to rebrand and turn into the person that you've always wanted to be. If you have time to listen to this podcast or watch this on YouTube, then you definitely have time to plan out the woman that you want to be and rebrand yourself now and start consciously becoming that woman and making the conscious choices and building the conscious habits in order to become this woman. And I think a lot of people might be worried that they're giving up girlhood, and you're absolutely not giving up this girlhood. You're just improving it massively. There's nothing like, girlhood is cute and fun, and you'll always have that girlhood or that girl within you. But think about how fun womanhood is going to be. Think about becoming more intelligent, becoming more confident, becoming exactly who you want to be. Like, come on, you're not leaving anything behind. You're taking the good and you're leaving the bad, okay? And you shouldn't assume that you're going to naturally become your dream self with time. You become your dream self with intention. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Time is not going to turn you into the woman that you've always wanted to be. Your behaviors and habits will do that. Now, a lot of people assume that you should do this at a certain age, for example 18, or once you've graduated high school, graduated uni, whatever. And a lot of people also assume that you can only do this once. You only transition from a girl to a woman once. And while that may be true, you transition from a woman to a woman so many times. There are so many chapters or phases of womanhood. I'm going to go through a different phase of womanhood right now versus when I'm married, versus when I have kids, versus when I'm 85 years old. So please don't assume that if you've already gone from girlhood to womanhood, or from girl to a woman, that you won't find value in this episode. I'm going to make sure that if you feel like that you will also gain value from this episode. But like I said, it's a constant process. You're going to have so many upgrades and so many rebrands, which will become different chapters of womanhood. And each of these is different. And during each of these, you're going to progressively become better. And by better, I mean more confident, or more yourself, or more suited to whatever stage you're in. Like I said, I'm going to go through a different stage of womanhood right now versus when I am married, versus when I have kids, versus when I'm 85 years old. And that's going to be based on what I've learned, my new responsibilities, and who I feel that I need to be a role model for. Okay, let's do it. Let's level you up from a girl to a woman. The first step, I want you to gather inspiration from women that you admire, or maybe women that you admired growing up. This could be your family, your friends. This could be movie characters, characters from books. This could be public figures, characters that you have created yourself maybe, in your imagination, in your writing, in drawings. This could be people from Pinterest if you like the general vibe of them or look up to them. But really think more about their character and who they are as a person rather than what they look like or what they smell like or what they wear, etc. Think more about their character. And the most important thing that you do right now is that you gather inspiration rather than flat out copy somebody. This dream woman is still you. You're still going to be you. You're going to be an upgraded version of yourself, but you're not completely changing yourself or turning into somebody else. And if you guys watched last week's episode where we spoke about being the most interesting woman in the room, you'll understand what I'm saying about not copying other people and not becoming a clone of somebody else. If you haven't seen that episode, that is my favorite episode that I've recorded to date, so I think you should definitely check it out. I love rewatching it. Okay, that brings me to the shot of the day. I have my shot of the day from the Lobby Cafe, of course. And I am going to give you your shot of the day. Your shot of the day today is enhance you, don't change you. Get to know yourself better, improve your existing qualities, adopt new positive qualities with the intention of making you better, not with the intention of making you more similar to somebody that you admire. Use this as an opportunity to become somebody who you want to be, who you will live best as in every single area of your life. Okay, the second step. After you have identified somebody who inspires you, I want you to identify why they inspire you. Make a list of qualities. These, of course, can be qualities based on the women that inspire you. Make a list of qualities that this future woman, dream woman you has. And I want you to write that list right now. Pause the video, pause the episode, get some pen and paper and write that list down. Physically write it down right now. Just do it. I know you're not doing it. Pause it and do it right now. The third step is to cross out every single quality or habit that you already possess from that list. Cross it out. Everything remaining that you didn't cross out is your new to-do list. These are the things that you need to do or the ways that you need to behave in order to become that dream woman. The fourth step is making your absolutely not list. This list is going to have all the things that this dream woman, dream self would never do, would never wear, would never say, etc. This is going to be a really long list because there's probably a lot of things that your dream self would never do, say, wear, eat, treat, the ways that she'd never treat other people, places that she would never go to, conversations that she'd never entertain, etc. From that list, that long list, you are going to circle all the things that you currently do. Would your dream self, dream version of yourself, bed rot every Saturday and Sunday and eat a bunch of junk food? No, she's probably working towards her dream life. Would this dream version of yourself constantly get into arguments or entertain arguments or insecure people? No, she probably wouldn't. She would just leave it and say, not for me, right? Would this dream version of yourself accept the standards that you're currently accepting? No, she probably has a new list of standards that she just wrote up and that's what she's accepting. And these standards don't change. They don't change depending on where she is or who she's talking to. These are her standards. This is what she accepts, and anything less is unacceptable. So, like I said, the things circled are going to be things that you completely eliminate from your life. And I would actually argue that eliminating the negative things has a bigger impact than introducing new positive habits. You can't grow flowers in a weeded garden. You got to get rid of the weeds first before you want your flowers to grow and blossom. Okay, now you have two lists. The first list is a to-do list. The second list is a to-eliminate list. Now, before I give you a massive list of things that are going to level you up massively and permanently, I am going to explain 3 concepts to you. We need to discuss chronological age versus psychological age, the locus of control, and temporal discounting, which are all crucial in understanding and succeeding in any massive personal transformation. First one, chronological age versus psychological age. So like I said, this girl to woman transformation isn't biological, but behavioral. There are so many women who are chronologically or biologically an adult, but they haven't upgraded from their girlhood behaviors or habits or tendencies, meaning that they're still immature, insecure, and irresponsible, which of course can be so difficult to change because you need to consciously observe and intentionally improve, meaning that time is not going to change this. You intentionally have to change this. So while you might be 23 years old, your thoughts and behaviors may not be that different to what they were 5 or 6 years ago, especially if you're not the type of woman that's consistently working to improve herself. So like I said, consciously observe this and intentionally improve this. Okay, the second point that we are focusing on is the locus of control. The locus of control is a psychological concept which refers to the degree of control you believe that you have over your own life outcomes. So if you have an external locus of control, you believe that life happens to you. Whatever happens externally is what controls you. But if you have an internal locus of control, you believe that you happen to life. Whatever happens to you, you can change that. And you can change the outcome of your own life. You happen to life. You have a bigger control over life than life has over you. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you catching my gist? So in this case, going from a girl to a woman, we are going to look at a girl having an external locus of control and a woman having an internal locus of control. A girl thinks that she's the victim of life, and a woman knows how and when to take responsibility to get what she wants. And she knows that it's up to her to get it. Okay guys, hold up. Somebody has pressed the emergency stop button in this elevator. And it's because you have a big problem. You are so good at planning the rebrand, but I know that you often get stuck midway. You fall off after a few weeks. You never feel like you actually crossed the bridge from your current self to your dream self. It's so impossible for you to close that gap. I get it, guys. I was there so many times. And it's because your identity doesn't change. In order for your identity to change, your beliefs and behaviors need to change. Now, your behaviors can be changed by habit, and you can do this through habit setting and habit completion. However, your sense of worth also needs to change and improve. Your worth can never ever change. Think about baby you. How worthy was that little baby? 100% worthy. You can never lose your worth. So just because you grew up, what made that little baby lose its worth? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Your worth cannot change. So while your confidence can fluctuate based on external circumstances, your confidence can fluctuate if you do well in a test, or if you do poorly in a test, if you perform poorly in a test. Your confidence can change. Your confidence will fluctuate if you perform well in your tennis match versus if you don't. Your confidence could fluctuate based on how well you cook something. If that guy that you like asks you out, whatever. But your worth will never change. Your worth will always be 100% worthy. And you need to know that. You need to decide that now. You need to decide that you are 101% worthy of anything that you want. Your worth is always 100. It will never ever drop, no matter what you do. You are always 100% worthy. You always need to remember that, and you always need to believe that if you want to be this dream woman, dream version of yourself. Your worth is entirely up to you. So your subconscious beliefs, you don't even know that you believe this. You may or you may not consciously realize that you believe this, but your subconscious beliefs are responsible for 95% of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. So if you unconsciously believe that you're not worthy or not deserving of something, 95% of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors will reflect that. So if you believe that you are not worthy of becoming this dream version of yourself, and that you're not worthy of having all these incredible attributes and all this incredible success, it'll become increasingly difficult to achieve that if your thoughts, feelings, behaviors, or 95% of your thoughts, feelings, behaviors are working against you. Okay, the last thing that we need to cover before I give you the absolute cheat code to becoming your dream self is temporal discounting. Temporal discounting is a prefrontal cortex dependent bias where younger brains tend to underestimate future consequences relative to immediate ones. So people who are more connected to their future selves or who they want to be tend to make decisions that will better support that future identity rather than decisions that feel comfortable now but aren't good for future you. Does that make sense? Therefore, people that aren't as connected to their future selves, who we're going to, for the sake of this video, refer to as girls rather than women. Women are connected to their future selves and future identities, and we're going to say the girls are not. These girls tend to make decisions that feel good now rather than decisions that will benefit them later on. And I'm not going to lie, you probably do this without even noticing. You probably treat Monday as a fresh start rather than compounding from the week before. You may or may not spend 3 hours consuming content about being successful and about being your dream self and blah, 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 rather than actually taking the action to become your dream self. Both feel good, only one is actually going to get you there. You might delay starting with excuses like, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it when I have more money, I'll do it when I start uni, I'll do it when I get that job, I'll do it when I get that house, I'll do it when I meet that person. Do it now. You are never going to feel ready. And the longer you wait, the harder it will be to start because more things will stack up. You're never going to be in this perfect stage of your life where you are completely free with no responsibilities and everything will just be perfect. Let me start it. No, start it now. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for that perfect time. It will not come. And another sign that you may be doing this and maybe in this girl version of putting things off or doing things that feel good now is if you treat your 20s as a rehearsal for life. You are living right now. There is no rehearsal. What you do now will matter in 10 years. You can be this dream version of yourself now. I think a lot of girls or a lot of women in their 20s have this limiting belief of, oh, I'm too young to be this dream version of myself. Do you think that you're going to wake up on your 30th birthday and just be this dream version of yourself? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What are you thinking? What are you actually thinking? You're just going to wake up one day and just, oh my God, you have the confidence out of nowhere. You have the money out of nowhere. You have the house, the job, the intelligence out of nowhere. No, you need to work for this and you need to work for it now. You are not in some rehearsal right now. You're the main act, okay? You're in the main act. I don't know anything about theater, so what I'm saying might not make sense. But what I do know is that if you want to wake up on your 30th birthday and have all these things, you need to work for it right now. And you may or may not get it before your 30th birthday, and you may or may not get it after your 30th birthday. But you get what I'm saying. So don't stay trapped in that girl mindset. A woman is somebody who has an incredible relationship with time and understands that it doesn't wait for her. She takes responsibility and she goes after what she wants. And of course, this doesn't only apply to girls and women. This also applies to boys and men. A man is a person who doesn't wait around for what he wants. He takes responsibility and he goes after it now, just like a woman, obviously. But elevator is for the girls, is for the women, So to recap, before I give you my favorite tips, I am going to give you a list of girl versus women. Here are the differences between a girl and a woman. A girl seeks validation before acting. A woman acts and then she validates herself. A girl reacts to her emotions. A woman will observe her emotions and then she'll choose a reaction. A girl will build her identity from external validation, but a woman builds her identity from internal standards. A girl will seek comfort under pressure. A woman is discomfort tolerant. A girl's standards shift based on who she's around. This is the most important one in my opinion. A woman's standards will never shift no matter who she's around, no matter what environment she's in, no matter how she's feeling about herself. Her standards and what she accepts from others will not change. A girl will wait to feel ready. A woman will understand temporal discounting and she will have a good relationship with time, and she doesn't have to wait around to feel ready. She just goes for it. Despite fear and despite doubts. Like, don't worry, everybody feels fear, everybody feels doubts. The ones who succeed and the girls that turn to the woman who they want to be are the ones that act despite fear and despite their doubts. And the last one, a girl's mood is determined by her output, but a woman's identity determines her output regardless of emotion. A woman, it doesn't matter how she's feeling. If she puts her mind to something and if she knows that she's going to achieve this, she's doing it. But a girl is like, oh, I'm feeling tired. Oh, I feel sad. No, I'm not doing that because I'm embarrassed. I'm not having it. I don't like that. You're not going to do that. Fuck your mood, follow the plan. Layla Hormozy. Love that girl. Love that woman. Okay. As promised, here is the list of things that you can change that'll drastically push you closer to the woman that you want to be. First thing on the list is clean up your language. This is a massive one. Okay, this is a massive one. The first thing I'm going to say is stop speaking negatively about yourself. The more negatively that you speak about yourself, like the more your self-worth or perceived self-worth is going to drop. Your body believes what you say about yourself. If you're like, oh, I'm such an idiot, I'm so stupid, I'm so ugly, I'm so fat, blah, blah, blah. And you're saying all these negative things to yourself, like your body believes that. Your brain believes that. You will convince yourself of those things. Clean up your language in terms of negative and positive talk about yourself. If you look at yourself and you think, oh my God, I look hot, I look beautiful today. Oh my gosh, I'm so intelligent. I did so good during that game. I performed so well. I'm so confident in myself. Your body will believe those things. Your brain will believe those things. And that is what's going to impact your confidence. You get to change that. Remember, a woman believes that she is in control of her life. If you believe that you're in control of your life, you believe that your words have an impact on how you think or feel about yourself. The next thing in terms of cleaning up language is eliminate swearing. Swearing is not cute. I don't know if you guys have realized, I don't really swear anymore. Like really rarely, or in Polish. I throw around a little kurwa here and there. But if you watch like my old podcasts, I'm swearing a lot. And I look back on it and I'm like, ugh. Like that sounds so... I don't want to be sounding like that. I don't like it at all. I think a classy woman, or at least the woman that I want to be, I'm not sure about you, but my dream version of myself is somebody that doesn't swear and is someone that can stay calm. That's another thing. Eliminate swearing. The next thing under cleaning up your language is expand your vocabulary. I think you can, a good way of doing this is exposing yourself to media that maybe you wouldn't normally watch or read. And then you can have the dictionary. I actually have it on my phone. Every single day, every single morning, I get a vocabulary notification with a word of the day and then the description of it. And if I like the word and if I think that I might use it, I'll copy it down into a notebook with the meaning and then I'll try use it throughout the day. And I think that's an excellent way of expanding your vocabulary. The next thing is stop speaking like a child. I'm so big on this. Oh my gosh, I hate it. I actually hate it when grown women speak like children. Stop saying yum. That is not yum and you are not 5 years old. You can just say delicious. Stop saying tummy. Oh, my tummy hurts. My stomach is hurting. You sound like a child, and I guarantee that the dream version of yourself, this confident, sophisticated, intelligent woman is not saying, oh my God, yum. That food is so yum. Oh, my tummy is hurting. You sound like a child. And the last thing on to clean up your language is stop speaking like everybody else or like a TikTok clone. Now, I really went in on this last episode. Stop saying slay, stop saying it's giving, stop saying clock it, stop saying these things, stop acting like a clone. It's not intelligent, it's not cute, and I'm sure that the dream version of yourself, this dream woman, is not saying these things. You are not going to be the most interesting woman in the room. You're not going to be the sophisticated woman that you want to be if you are saying, oh my God, slay, slay. Oh, it's giving, oh, I fear that we ate. I literally want to throw up when I hear that. You're not 13 years old. I mean, sorry, some of you might be 13 years old. If you're a 13-year-old watching Elevator, good on you. Good on you. I'm sure you're going to grow up and be a sophisticated woman if you're starting this young. And I'm sure you're going to achieve everything that you want to achieve. That's great. If you're older than 13 and you're saying or using these words, it's time to drop it. Okay, next tip, push yourself for more independence. There are so many things that you can do to become more independent. Push for it. A woman is somebody who is independent, and I'm not saying that you have to move out straight away or you have to, do all these things, move to another country, whatever. But there are small things that you can do to build your independence, and I think any little change that you can make to become more independent or to grow your confidence in yourself and grow your confidence in be confident that you can be more independent, you should do it. The next tip is to develop critical thinking and research skills. It is so important to be able to form your own opinions or to be able to research things, rather than trusting everything you hear on TikTok or everything that you hear on the news or from your friends. Okay, the next tip, I've already mentioned it, but increase your self-worth. It will make the biggest change. It is probably the single most important thing that you need to do. Now, I have an episode that I've recorded about a year ago on self-worth, so you can listen to that, or I can make another one because I love speaking about self-worth. It is the best thing to speak about, in my opinion. It is so fun. It is so transformative. If you want another episode on self-worth, let me know, and I'm recording it right now. The next tip is establish your standards and your boundaries and never let them be crossed. No matter the person, no matter the environment, no matter the situation. The standards that you set and accept communicate your self-worth to everybody and therefore determine your quality of life. I spoke about this in the self-worth episode, but like I just said, the standards that you set and accept will determine your quality of life and the way that other people treat you. If you show to everybody else that you can be treated horribly, then babe, they probably will treat you horribly. But if you show to everybody that you don't accept that, then they will treat you differently. Next tip is to act despite fear to build courage and confidence. Confidence is built through courage. Courage is built through acting despite being scared, despite having the doubts. As soon as you fear something, go for it. Go for it, because that is how you will build the courage and therefore build the confidence. And confidence is like a really unfair advantage. If you're super confident and if your perceived self-worth is so high, you're already so far ahead of who you were when you weren't confident. I have mentioned this already, but eliminate your negative habits and traits. Flowers will not grow in a weeded garden. No matter how many seeds you plant and how many flowers you expect to grow, they will not grow if you have weeds in that garden. The next tip is educate yourself to build confidence in your intelligence. Last week we spoke about a study that shows that women with high confidence in their intelligence significantly outperform women who are insecure in their intellect in both academic and professional environments. So it's not just about becoming smarter, but it's also about building the confidence and the knowledge that you are smart. Next tip is invest in yourself, body, mind, wardrobe, etc. Now we're going to talk about the external and the internal still. Invest in yourself, buy the books, buy the wardrobe pieces, the clothes, whatever, that your dream self would wear or would have. Work out. I'm sure your dream self is healthy. I'm sure she's fit. I'm sure she eats well. Look after yourself. Look after yourself, your body, through working out, through drinking water, through good sleep, through eating well. Look after your mind. Educate yourself. push yourself, start hobbies, invest in yourself. The next tip is to improve your emotional regulation skill. If you are able to regulate your emotions, oh my gosh, you are going to be on a whole nother level. It is so important to be able to regulate your emotions and not let your emotions completely overtake you. The next thing I'm going to speak about is social contagion theory. You become the average of the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. Spend all of your time with 4 addicts, you will become the 5th. Spend your time with 4 athletes, you will become the 5th. Spend your time with 4 broke people, you will become the 5th. Spend your time with 4 rich people, you will become the 5th. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Spend your time with 4 women that you admire and you will become the 5th. Okay, everybody, it is time for your favorite part of Elevator, the penthouse perspective. The penthouse perspective is where we pretend that we've gone up through each and every level. We're in the penthouse where our dream selves, our dream women that we want to be, we're looking down at our current selves, our current situation. What advice would the dream version of yourself give your current self? The advice that I'm going to give you is just be her, pretend to be her. Through an alter ego. Now, okay, this sounds insane, Blanka. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why do I have to have an alter ego? Having an alter ego will help you so much more than you think right now. Okay, you are going to design an alter ego. Now, sometimes it's so difficult to behave like the woman that you want to be because of your limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. I'm too shy. I'm not good with money. I can't make friends. I'm not smart enough, etc. If you design an alter ego who is so confident and she's so good with money and she is so good at making friends and she's so intelligent and you just pretend to be her, think about how much that'll change your life. I want you to design this dream woman character and I want you to give her a completely new name and to know everything about her, learn everything about her. And when you're struggling or when you want to be better, turn into her. Just pretend that you're her, act like her. And sooner or later, you will gain the confidence and the skill of being this woman. And you will be able to be her without pretending to be her, except she's designed as the better version of you. Now, I want you to think about Mr. Bean. Think about James Bond. Think about Kim Kardashian. You know those identities and you know how to pretend to be them or how to act like them. Go, act like Mr. Bean. You changed your voice, you changed your posture, you changed your personality, you changed how you act. Go be James Bond. Again, your voice, your posture, your personality, your habits, they change. Be Kim Kardashian. Again, your voice, your posture, your personality, your habits, they will change. What would X say? What would Mr. Bean say? What would James Bond? What would Kim Kardashian say? What would this dream version of yourself, your alter ego, say? How would X react to this situation? You know how to pretend to be them. And once you learn this alter ego enough and you learn her personality enough, you will just be able to switch her on and be her whenever you need to be her. What would X do with an hour of free time? What book would X read, etc.? You get the point. I'm sure that you could answer all those questions about your favorite book or movie character or your best friend. So get to know your alter ego the same way. And every chance that you get, act like that alter ego perfect woman. And sooner or later, you will become her. You will become her. You'll have no choice but to become her. Did you hear that? You just leveled up. Okay, you have just stepped out at a new level as a higher identity, as the woman that you want to be. You have your to-do list, you have your to eliminate list, you have all the tips that I gave you. You are going to become that woman, the woman that you have always dreamt of becoming. Okay, that is all that I have for you today. My name is Blanka Kamila and you just experienced Elevator. If you would like the opportunity to vote on future topics, suggest new topics, and get updates when new episodes drop, make sure that you are following at Elevator Pod, which is linked in the caption. For more episodes, explore YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And if you would love to not miss next week's episode about the psychology of becoming unstoppable and unforgettable, make sure that you are subscribed to Elevator Podcast and that you have the notification bell on. Thanks for listening. I will see you back here next week.